Another thing that some are worried about happening, you mentioned the scams, and we'll keep an eye on those, but is those who do have an infrastructure, and you know the ground in Haiti very well, beyond the United Nations, are largely faith-based organizations, church groups that have gone in for years, and they're trying to help. How do you make sure those with that kind of an infrastructure and network, goodwill on the ground, don't get rolled over when people of all good intentions, mind you, just come running in?
Well, one of the things, it's so interesting you asked me this, because the last thing I did last night before I went to bed was to figure out how to allocate the first couple $1 million that came into the fund I set up for the UN when the UN mission in Haiti went down. And we had made up our mind we had to give it in a hurry, but to people who are already there. I don't think we should, first, I'm certainly not prejudiced against faith-based groups. They're making a great difference. And secondly, I think they should get, the people that have been there and are working and know the ground, they ought to get preference in donations. One of the things we can do at our website, in addition to collecting money and spending it right, is to give people information about that if they want to know. And now more and more people are volunteering to help. We get about 300 emails a day just in my Harlem office of people who say, okay, I can't do what you need now, but when you start rebuilding, we want to do this. And I'm going to try to hook them in as much as possible into the existing networks. And I think it's important.
Yeah, let me say one thing about the faith-based community. They're going to be there a lot longer than a lot of other folks will be. They were there before the crisis, and they'll be there long after the attention has shifted somewhere else. And I don't know what you mean by rolling over them, but I do know that they are motivated by the right reason, and that is to love a neighbor like they'd like to be loved themselves. I don't think you have to worry about the faith community's interest and or ability to get the job done.